1. Live. I think we're live. We're live. Good evening. Welcome. It is RobMotive Monday. Crazy people and upcoming giveaway announcements. Welcome to the live stream. We're out in the garage again. I thought I'd try it out here again. Hopefully we don't get any buffering or crazy stuff or anything like that. But I see we have one person on here so far. There's 3. Welcome. Good evening. How y'all doing? Some crazy stuff today, man. Some crazy stuff. Crazy stuff that I'm seeing out there in the crazy world, man. Let's see. I just got announced that I'm live. So apparently something's working. I don't know. But anyway, I hope everybody is safe out there. I hope things are going well for everybody. Ron, hello, people. Ron, how you doing there, buddy? I hope everything is good with you. Got your message the other day and been thinking about that. Hope everything is working out okay, you know. Anyway, and then Ron retracted. So it's like I was talking to myself. But anyway, a lot of crazy stuff going on out there. Of course, we're in the midst of the thing I can't say on here, lest I should become demonetized. But anyway, Big Mo, dang, thank God for the notification. I completely forgot doing a bonfire outside, hot dogs and s'mores. Oh my God, man, I'm like starving. I haven't had dinner yet. That's going to be after the live stream. So probably going to have a little bit of bacon and egg action tonight. I think that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, M. Jones, howdy. What's up, Marcus? Or Mark, as the case may be. How you doing? So today, right, I put out, Ron, good, just worried for my wife and daughter. I understand that, and I hope everything works out okay. So anyway, today, yo, chump, today, I put a little rant video out. I didn't put it on the channel this time. It was really short. I put it on Instagram and Facebook, and who knows where else it went. But I was perusing the old Facebook today, and I saw something. You know, a lot of the car dealers, I think everywhere, put out pictures when people buy cars and stuff, right? They like to have the advertisement. So they put out pictures and stuff of people buying cars and things, and they happened to have one on today, and I saw it, and it was a family, looked like, I don't know, a husband, a wife, and a daughter. And they're all standing there in their masks, which is good. That's what you're supposed to be doing. And by the way, in my county, matter of fact, I think every county, the whole state of Texas right now, is mandatory masks if you're out in public. Now, there's a little gray area there that I don't understand, and that's your car. If you're in your car by yourself, does that mean you're supposed to be wearing a mask until you get out of your car? I don't know. They're unclear about that. But anyway, I'm looking at this picture on Facebook, right? And it's got a family there, and they're all standing there all nice and happy beside their new Toyota something. I don't know what it was, or maybe it was a Honda. I'm not sure what it was. But they're standing there, and they're all happy and stuff. And the father, he has the mask on like this, right? With his nose hanging out. And I'm thinking, what the heck, man? I mean, that's not the idea, right? I mean, you breathe out of your nose too, and you inhale through your nose. So anyway, posted up a little rant about that today. I thought that was crazy. Chump Cheddar, I hope you've been taking some non-essential drives. I've driven a couple of times, but just up and down my little street because I did a mod to the Jeep back there, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. If you want to know what it is, you got to go over there and check out Rob Motion, my other channel. But I did a mod to the Jeep, and it was profound, and it completely changed my mind about what I think about this particular thing. I've always had kind of a negative impression of it in the past, but now I know that I was wrong. So you guys are going to have to check that out if you're interested, but it's led me to do something to the Takoma up there as well. So I'm going to be doing something there upcoming, and it's because of something I did to the Jeep, and I thought, wow, this will be cool. So anyway, I have been getting out a little bit. I haven't gone anywhere, really. Been having food delivered and stuff like that, so haven't really been out in the public, I guess. Luke, hey Rob, hope you are well and safe. Yeah, everything's good so far. I'm just sitting here in my house, in my garage by myself. Well, Krista's here with the dog, and you know, it is what it is. What are you going to do? Big Mo, I think you alluded to it in your video today. I might have. I can't remember. I did 2 other videos today already, 3 actually. So I kind of lose track where I'm at in the video world, you know. But that's going to be coming up soon. I think it's within the next few days. Actually, I think that video airs maybe Saturday, I think, anyway, over on the other channel. So you have to check that out. It's Rob Motion again. Spiders. Let's talk about spiders. Let's see. Let me catch up a little. A couple. Chad. Hey, Chad. What's up, buddy? By the way, I had your comments. Sometimes when I get your comments on the channel, they don't come through. I can see them, but I can't respond to them. It's like they were sent some different way or something. So I don't know if you're doing something differently. I have that happen with a handful of people, and I don't know why. But I did see your comment. I just couldn't respond to it. So. Howdy, Rob. Hope everything is well. Everything is fine. No issues here. Luke, do you plan on adding some ditch lights to the Takoma? If so, what kind? I haven't decided yet. And really, it's more of an aesthetic reason, I guess. I just don't know if I want to see them up on top of the hood, you know? I mean, I have fog lights. I have a light bar. I mean, you know, how many lights do I need? I don't know. But on the flip side, I do have that awesome controller in there that I can add stuff, and I plan to add some Raptor style lights somehow in the grill if I ever get my hands on a pro grill or a way to add them to the stock grill. And I'm not really opposed to the stock grill either. I'm kind of digging the stock grill. So, you know, I don't know. I really haven't decided on that yet. If I did any, they would probably be rigid, I'm guessing. But I don't know. Let's see. Big Mo, Rob, when was your daughter getting married? Hopefully this crap doesn't mess everything up. Yeah, that's kind of a drag. She's supposed to be getting married at the end of June. Now I'm hearing that the experts don't think that this is going to be over until probably not over. It's never, I don't know it's ever going to be over. As widespread as it is, it's going to become one of those persistent flu type things, I think. You know, but I'm here in November, you know, and her wedding's supposed to be in June. I will be surprised if she's able to do it, but maybe. I don't know. We still have the rest of April, all of May, and all of June. So about 2.5 months. We'll see. Fingers crossed. I don't know. Luke, all of the lights is what you need. That's right. I just need a big light wall right across the front of the truck, right? I turn it on and people are just blinded, you know. I don't know. Luke, he's smiling deviously, I might add. Marcus Gaming, Marcus Sadowski Gaming. Hey guys, what's happening? Hey Marcus, just sitting here talking to you guys. How you doing? And what are you doing? What are you guys doing right now? What is everybody doing? I mean, everybody's supposed to be at home, right? Not everybody. I mean, there are some essential people out there. My work is from home anyway, so this doesn't affect my ability to do any work. It certainly affects my income. Ad rates have really dropped on YouTube, and you can check with any YouTuber out there from the big to the small. Everybody's feeling it because advertisers aren't advertising. People aren't buying. They don't have any money. They can't go anywhere. You can buy online, I guess, but they're not advertising like they were before. You still see, it's funny though, you still see a lot of car ads and stuff, which is amazing to me that people are out buying cars, you know. They are. I'm seeing it. Like I said earlier, my little rant video today on the mask thing, were people buying a car. So, and the manufacturers are making it so easy now, right? And I mean, they're delivering to your house. They'll even bring a car over for you to test drive. So you don't even have to commit to buying it. It sounds like. I mean, the ads I've heard say that they'll come over with the car. You can take it for a test drive, see if you like it. You know, I don't know how they're doing the paperwork though, because you have to have it notarized. So does that mean they're sending a notary? The finance guy is going to come visit you at your house? I don't know how they're handling that. If anybody knows that, I'd be curious. How are they handling the finance part of it? You know, I mean, I know you can do a lot of the paperwork online, but you still have to sign, right? Unless they're using like VeriSign or something. I mean, they could be doing that. I don't know. Let's see. Jason says, hey, Rob, what's up? How are you, bud? I'm doing good, Jason. How you doing? Jason, he thumbed up a lot of times. That's right. Thumbs up. If you haven't hit that like button, we got 8 people that have thumbed up. Big Mo says on vacation this week. I'm essential, so still working every day. Well, I don't know. I guess you got to do what you got to do. You know, I've been hearing about a lot of people that are talking about going back to work and are afraid to go back to work because they're concerned as to this flaring up again, I guess, when a bunch of people start getting together again. And I'll be shocked if that doesn't happen, to be honest. I fully expect that to happen. And I'll tell you in a minute what I think the plan is going to be. This is purely speculation on my part, but I'm going to tell you, see if you guys agree with me. Luke says, lots of yard work and projects around the house and Takoma, of course. I just finished completely soundproofing the inside of the cab on the Takoma, both with sound deadening material and 150 mil foam. Wow. You could probably hear a pin drop inside that thing right now, man. That's awesome. It's the kind of stuff we need to do. I mean, right now we should be doing things that we normally wouldn't do or wouldn't have time to do. Not necessarily the stuff that you hate to do. I mean, that's no fun. But there's stuff like that project. I mean, that probably took you several hours to do, I would think. I mean, if you pulled the carpet, heck, if you pulled the seats and all that stuff, and I mean, I would think that took you quite a while. Marcus says, it's downpouring outside, 60 to 60 mile an hour wind right now. Ooh, you must be in that part of the country. I know in the South, the central South, there was a bunch of storms and stuff, I think yesterday. Chunk cheddar, snowing in Denver right now. Oh, yeah, it was like 28 degrees there yesterday, wasn't it? I mean, right now here, I'm going to take a look at the thermometer. I'm going to look at the thermometer. Let me look at the thermometer. It is 83 degrees in here right now. Now, outside in the sun, I'm guessing it's probably pushing 90. And yesterday, it was 102. It's hot here, man. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's see. Marcus says, where is the Tundra? Did you sell it to get the Jeep? You know, I get asked that all the time, and the answer is still no. It's being stored right now. It's just not right here. That's all. I can only fit so many vehicles in here, you know. Captain Staben, people have to get back to work. More lives will be affected and altered the longer the economy is strained. Oh, I agree. I agree 100%. It's just, how are we going to do that? You know, I mean, that's the thing, man. Luke, my wife does some notary work for a side gig, mainly for refinancing home closings. She will drop off documents and either do a video call explaining docs or do the signing outside where it is safer. Yeah, I mean, technically, by law, doesn't she have to physically be there and notarize those signatures? Now my phone is ringing. Not sure why my phone is ringing. Well, in just a minute, let's hold on a minute. I'm going to decline that. And hopefully I haven't lost you guys. All right. I don't know. My phone, it takes over my computer. I'm going to go ahead. See, there's one of those kind of calls, right? Let's turn off the Bluetooth. There. I think that will alleviate that. Hopefully. Let's see. Where was I? I've lost my spot. Thunder Whisperer says hello all. T-Dub, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Luke, I agree. Captain Staben, Chad Kranatz. We had tornadoes this morning in Georgia. Well, I hope you're safe. I hope it didn't hit where you are, bud. Luke, she is there the entire time. Ah, gotcha. Okay. T-Dub, heard Georgia did get some nasty weather. Yeah, I heard that too. Big Mo, telemarketer. It wasn't a telemarketer, I don't think. Z-Diver says, I got a new 2020 SUV. I did negotiation online, had the car out front, did a quick test drive, went into the finance office, did some paperwork, and off I went. Well, wait a minute. I did negotiation online and the car out in front. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you from when you bought the last one, your most recent one. That was the SUV, I think. Luke says, just with a distancing. I got you. I understand. Captain Staben, Rob's Morgue and Crematory. Would you like to sign up for our monthly rewards program? I like that. That's hilarious, man. Ron, rain and wind in New England. Wow. We had, I don't know, I guess we had some wind and it might have sprinkled for 30 seconds the other day. We don't get a ton of rain here. But when we do get it, like a tropical depression or a tropical wave or something insane, yeah, we get like 14 inches at a time. I mean, but that's not very often. Let's see. Jason, curious. You said your truck doesn't have keyless entry or push button start. How come that was not an option? It wasn't an option with the packages I wanted. There were more important things that I wanted to get, and I could not get push button start or keyless entry with those packages. Go figure, you know. I really, really wish they would do some sort of an a la carte option or system where you could kind of miss and match and pick what you want, but who knows. Kevin the Money from New Jersey. Love the channel. Keep up the good work. Kevin, welcome. Thank you very much, bud. I appreciate that. Tundra Whisperer. I remember back in the day when this channel used to show a Tundra. Oh, how I miss those days. Well, there's 600 videos out there. You could start from the beginning and probably relive it all if you want to. I mean, I'm just saying. Jordan DeWaldt, love Texas and love North Dakota. Hey, Jordan, how you doing there, buddy? Jason says, gotcha. Yep, there you go. It sucks, man. I mean, it would really be really nice if you could pick and choose, you know, options that you want a la carte, but it doesn't work that way, you know. Seamus McKinley says, hope I pronounced that right, by the way. Why is push button start so popular? Because it's awesome, man. And that, you know, I was going to do a rant video on that. I don't understand why people don't like it. I mean, you throw the key in your pocket, you know, the fob or whatever, and you walk out, you touch the door handle, the vehicle unlocks, you get in, you sit down, you put your seatbelt on, you push the button, and it starts, and off you go. You reach your destination, you push the button, it turns off. You get out, you shut the door, you touch the handle, it locks, and you're done. I really don't understand why people don't like it. I hate having to screw with the key. Even now, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the truck, but having to screw with the stupid key every time, especially since I have the Jeep back there that's at least push button start. It's not touch entry either, but it is push button start. I don't know. I don't like having to screw with the key over and over again, I guess is my thing. And I don't like that key poking me in the thigh or in the leg while I'm walking around, because it always, you know, either pops out if it's a foldaway, which I don't know that any of the ones that have key starts are, or it just always in your way, you know. I don't know. But that's my thing. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Young says, happy Monday, Rob. I like this setup better than sitting in your office. Yeah, I mean, this way we get to see the vehicles. This is where I spend most of my time. Probably by the time I get done with this, I'll be sweating to death like I usually am. Hence the cutoff shirt, because it's 83 degrees in here and humid. It's always humid here. Steve, hi, Rob. When you're filming while driving, do you use a GoPro or your phone? Most times I use my phone. I'm not a big fan of the GoPro. I've had mic issues with the GoPro, audio cutting in and out, and mine's not that old. Plus, you always get the fisheye look. And I know you can change the settings, but, you know, if I'm on my phone and the camera's facing at me on that mount that I have in the windshield, I can see everything that's going on. With the GoPro, I have to link it to my phone, and it doesn't work that well. I mean, once it's linked, it's okay, but you can lose connectivity. So now I'm driving down the road, my phone quits communicating with the GoPro or vice versa, and I can't see what's going on. So I can't see what I'm filming, and I might be wasting all of my time shooting something I can't see. So always the phone. I do have a Canon, what is it, GX7 or G7X? I forget which way. Problem with that is the mount that I have is not very rigid. So the camera tends to bounce when I use that camera. So I prefer my phone, and I think my phone does really well. I doubt you can tell the difference between my phone, the GoPro. Well, the GoPro you can, because it's not as, the quality's not as good, I don't think. But the Canon is about equivalent to my phone. Although I discovered the other day, my phone takes better pictures than my Canon does. Go figure. I don't know. Captain Staben, what are your thoughts on the new Mojave package offered in the Gladiator? I think it's a way for Jeep to make a lot more money. It's not cheap. I like the hood. I love the hood. Could care less about the badging. And I think it's geared for more power, if you will. It does have I think it's the 4.1 gear ratio, I think, which I could have gotten in the Tacoma. But the problem with that is you lose top end. You might have a lot of low end, but you lose top end. So I stuck with the 396 or 7, whatever it is, because I didn't want that to happen. I kind of wanted the best mix. I love the hood. The rest of it, you know, I don't know. Some of the detailing inside is pretty cool, I think. And I'm not saying I would never get one, but I think it's a lot of money for not a lot more that you're getting, I think. I don't know. And who's going to use it? I mean, do you live near a desert? Maybe you do. I don't. So when am I going to be out cruising around in a desert? How many people are going to do that? Of course, you'd probably say how many people are going to drive around in a four-wheel drive Jeep, you know? Yeah, probably not tons. I don't know. Let's see. Tundra Whisper says, yeah, need to binge watch the Tundra videos. You do. Just put it on automatic, set it to go, and let them just play over and over again. I mean, I think that's a great idea. Let's see. Ron Fad says, my oldest daughter lives in Mobile, Alabama, and when it rains like heck. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, last year, I think it was in July. We got 14 inches of rain in less than 24 hours. It was amazing. I mean, that's the most I've ever experienced myself. Seamus says, thank you very much. I think I said Seamus. Hopefully I'm getting it right there. Jason, once you have it, it's hard not, well, wait a minute. Once you have it, it's hard to not have that option. I agree. I mean, it's like going backwards almost. You know, once you have those features, and I think they should be that way in every vehicle. And I know there are people out there who love their keys. I still don't understand why, but for me, push button start and touchless entry on both sides is definitely the way to go. And they did do that in the Tacoma this year. It actually has keyless entry or touch entry on both doors, where in my 2018 only had it on the driver's side. So they did do that. M. Jones says, people who don't like push start probably watch Scotty Kilmer. Yeah, old Scotty. Old Scotty's a gruff kind of dude, isn't he? I've watched a handful of his. I watched his, you know, Jeep Gladiator hater video and a couple other ones he's had. And yeah, I disagree with him on pretty much everything. So, and I told the story once that I actually contacted him. I asked him a question about something, and he was very gruff in his answer to me. Kind of like I should have known, and I was bothering him. And I'm like, it was a valid question. I didn't know, and that's why I asked. But okay, you know, we're not all 40-year mechanics. I mean, you know, can I say? Let's see. Desert says, Rob, are the dealerships going to give discounted prices in your opinion? Well, some of the dealers are. I mean, there's a lot of the American dealers that are. If you're talking about on the Tacoma, man, I'll be shocked. Toyota just doesn't do that. They've never done that, but these are different times. Is that to say Toyota never will? I don't know. They kind of manipulate the interest rates and stuff. You know, right now they're at what, 1.9%, something like that. And then I think the first, 60 or 90 days, something like that, is deferred payments. Well, that's nice and all, but deferred payments of course, mean that you do have to pay them. They're not going away. They're just pushed out. And interest is accruing on that purchase amount the whole time. You know, they're not really giving you anything. Matter of fact, they're going to make a little more money because the interest is going to be a little bit higher on everybody's loan that's doing that. So it's not such a great thing. You know, it's a way to get people in and let them buy a new vehicle in a difficult time. But in the end, it's actually going to cost you more money to do it that way. So it's not a great thing. Now, if you're talking 0% interest and deferred payments, well, that's golden. That's free money with no impact other than you've got to pay it off within whatever that time frame is, which can be quite long. You know, a 84-month loan. I mean, that's 7 years, man. It's craziness. Let's see. I've lost my spot. Ron Fad, keyless, no more locking my keys in the truck. Yeah, it won't let you lock the truck if you leave your key in there, right? Seamus says, or Samus, I'm sorry, I'm messing it up again. I got to go back. Seamus, sorry, there we go. Seamus says, I do watch Scotty Kilmer. A lot of people do. Scotty's quite popular. I mean, he's got lots of subscribers and does really well. I mean, I'm not dogging the guy. You know, his style is his style. Just doesn't appeal to me. That's all. M. Jones says, I think every YouTuber has the G7X. It's the best camera out there for YouTubing. I think other than your cell phone, if you have an iPhone. The iPhone, you know, really 8, I think, and above does an awesome job for filming. You really could do it just with that. You don't need anything else. Jason, Toyota offered $1,500 incentive when I bought my 2020. Yeah, they still do cash back and that kind of thing, I guess. So yeah, we could call that discounting, I suppose. Love to smoke. Sup, Rob? Hey, Smoke. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Desert 67, Jason, under invoice or MSRP? Good question. Captain Staben. Oh, clickbait Kilmer. Yeah, he's a good clickbaiter. Him and Street Speed, they both have mastered it. And I got to say, you know, they've got a gazillion more subscribers than I do. So they're doing something right. People like to complain about it, but they're doing quite well. So maybe I need to start doing that. Live stream tonight will be stupendous. A major announcement happening. Something happened to my garage. And it was me in it, I guess. I don't know. Jason, 2020 off-road crew cab, out the door, 9.75% tax. Ooh, 35 grand. And I think that was a steal. 9.75%. My God, man. We have 8.25, and I thought that was high. Woo. Gear Runner, what's up, buddy? How you doing? What's going on, everybody? Sorry, I was on the phone with my dad. We were talking about old muscle cars. That's okay. I'm just glad you're here. And I have a surprise for you. I don't know if you're aware of it. We'll see. Captain Staben says Toyota going to have to deepen incentives. Their sales are plunging. Excuse me, more so than the competition. I don't know. They just don't do it. I mean, maybe they will. This is a unique time. So I could see if ever they're going to do it, now will be the time they'll do it, right? I mean, I don't know. Chad says, hey, Gear, what up? Z-Diver, the SUV is fully loaded, and I love the keyless entry and push-button start. I got 0% interest for 84 months. Free money, bud. Free money. You can't beat free money. My only problem is I would just hate to be committed to a payment that long. Now, if you pay it off early, well, who cares? You know, but if you run it all the way out, that's a long time. Thunder Whisper says, hey, Gear. Gear says, hey, Chad. Gear says, hey, T-Dub. Oh, man, I can't remember this. I got to go back. Seamus. There we go. Sorry. Seamus says, I had a dealer recently offer me 7 to 8K off a Tundra. Is that typical, or is it a sign of the current situation? You can usually get 5,000 to 6,000 off a Tundra. If you're pushing 8 grand, that's a little unusual in my experience. I don't know if there's anybody else out there that's gotten that kind of money, but 8 grand is what you get off of domestic. You know, you can get 8 to 10 grand off a domestic truck, an F-150, a Silverado, you know, a Ram. But not typically a Toyota, no. Thunder Whisper says, current situation, I think. Gear Runner says, one of Scotty's videos got me monetized. one of Scotty's videos got me monetized. I got recommended behind one of his videos, and I got like 300,000 on that video, put me over the top. Oh, well, you must love Scotty then, man. If I was you, Scotty'd be my best bud. He probably has no idea, but that's awesome. And that's what you want. I mean, as a YouTuber, you want to be right behind somebody who's really big, just like that. That's a great example. Jason says, I got a total of 1,700 off back. Wait a minute. 1,700 off back of invoice. I got a total of 1,700 off back of invoice when I bought mine. I'm not sure what that means exactly. Marcus says, hey, Gear. Gear says, a surprise for me. Yes, right now. It's going on right now. Gear Runner says, hello, Marcus. Love to Smoke says, hey, Gear, what up? Thunder Whisper says, we're at 10.1% tax, plus there's a bit more thrown on for car sales here in Washington. I think it's around 10.5 or 10.6 for car sales. Wow, that's absurd, man. Let's see. Stealthy Leopard. That's a neat name. I kind of dig that. Says build. Okay. Gear Runner says, hey, Smoke, how you doing, buddy? Captain Staben says, I think our forefathers revolted against their government over a 3% tax rate. Yeah, try to do that now. I'm not sure you'd be very successful. The population was much more well-armed back then, as compared to those that led, I guess. Gear Runner says, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. Oh, you don't understand. Well, you just got to look around. That's all. You just got to look around. That's all. Jason says 17 hundo back of invoice. I still don't understand. You're going to have to rephrase that for me. I guess I'm a little slow. Jason says that's what I paid for mine. So you're saying 1,700 off of invoice? I'm not sure. Ron Fad says New Hampshire, no sales tax. Mass, I know it's 55 per hondo. So, or 55 per thousand. Well, that's better than what it is here. That's for sure. Thunder Whisper says, yeah, it's a gosh darn ripoff, Rob. It is. That's absurd, man. I mean, you living in like Hawaii or California or what? Desert says, Jason, 1,700 under invoice. Nice. Okay. I guess it's clarified for me now. Stealthy says, build date of my Takoma Pro was 3/25. Oh, no. San Antonio shut down 3 days prior. New date is to be determined. Going nuts waiting. Well, if there's any solace in that, it's that it got close. So you should be that close in the schedule when they reopen. Which I'm thinking is going to be, who knows. Gear Rotor says, I see my decal on the lift. There you go. Check it out. We've got I just put that up today. I was upstairs rummaging around stuff and I came across it and I thought, you know, I've been thinking about getting it, honestly, on the post anyway out here. So I thought, I'm going to put that up before the live stream. So I did. There it is. Gear Runner's decal, or decal or sticker or whatever you want to call it, right up there on the post. It is pretty cool. I do like it. If you haven't, check him out over on the YouTube. He does some videos. Jason says, yes. Okay, I understand. Gear Runner says, is that it? What do you mean, is that it? That's it. Seamus says 10.6%. Wow, 8% here in Philly, and I thought that was bad. Yeah, it's 8.25% here. I mean, we don't, and it's funny, you know, we don't have a state tax, but we have an 8.25%. I think it might even be 8.75. I'm not sure. I think it's 8.25. But we have an 8.25% sales tax, which means anything you buy, they're going to get you for 8.5%. Now, if you don't buy anything, that's fantastic. But here they also charge that on food. I mean, it's like on everything. Where I came from in Ohio, you didn't get charged sales tax on food unless you ate, I think, inside. It was either inside or outside, but one way or the other, you didn't get charged. Although I do think they changed that recently. So I think it's on everything now, but still, it wasn't like it was here, at least not for a while. Jason rather says, yes, 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 I get it. I understand. He thumbed up. He's praying. I get it. I understand. What can I say? Gear Runner says, noise. Thank you. You're welcome. It's a good looking sticker, man. I like it. I didn't have much luck with it on my truck. You remember when I attempted, or I can't remember if it was on a truck. I attempted, oh, it was on one of my cabinets, just like the ones I have here back in Columbus, but that's a whole nother story. Let's see. Gear Runner says, that one came out better than the last one you put on, LOL, and thanks for the shout out. Yeah, you're welcome. And it did. It went on quite well. It was pretty easy. The way that it should have been. I must have had a dud before, some kind of dud or something. I don't know. Let's see. Gear Runner says, no, I was asking if I was right with is that it coming? No, I understand. Yeah, and you're right. You are right. Z Diver says, and high property tax. Yeah, it is a little higher here too. I can't remember exactly what it is, but everything's bigger in Texas, right? Seamus says, no sales tax on food or clothing in Pennsylvania. That's the way it should be, right? I mean, they get you on the things you have to live. See, I don't think there should be a tax on anything that you have to live. I mean, food, you got to have food or you die, right? There shouldn't be a tax on that. Water, I mean, they tax water too, I believe. Now, on things that you don't have to have, you don't have to go out and buy a car all the time. I mean, I guess you have to have a car, but you wouldn't have to have one necessarily to live, So, I don't know. Gear Runner says our sales tax is 9.75%. My God, man. And do you have a state tax there as well? Does Tennessee have a state tax, or is that just the sales tax? Thunder Whisper says Washington is a very expensive place to live. Our taxes are crazy. When we go to the pump and fill up with gas, there's 47 cents per gallon just in taxes, and we're one of the highest priced prices for gas. Yeah, our gasoline tax here is pretty darn high too. I think it is everywhere. It's crazy nuts, man. And pretty soon, if the gas prices keep dropping, you're going to pay just as much in tax as you pay for the cost of gas. Huh? Well, that's going to suck. Love to Smoke says we have 14% here in Canada plus carbon tax. Canadians vote stupidly. Yeah, I don't know why anybody ever passes a tax. It just doesn't make sense to me. Before I would ever pass a tax, I'd want to see the equivalent in cuts. Let's cut some fat out of the budget before you ask me to pay for things that I don't want or believe in, But nobody does it. They all approve it. Z-Diver says Texas is the 6th highest. Figures. Love to Smoke says no tax on food, but Gear Runner says I agree. If the government could figure out how to tax air, they would. Oh, just wait. With this thing going on right now, we're probably going to start selling air and there'll be a tax on it. It'll be purified air containers that you can hook up to 2 things off the side of your face and walk around and just breathe out of that. I don't know. Let's see. Gear says we don't have a state tax. There you go, but they're getting you with the sales tax. Jason, back to Toyota. Okay, back to Toyota talk. Yes, absolutely. Luke says gas is only $1.40 a gallon here in San Antonio. Yeah, I don't even know what it is. I haven't been to a gas station recently, so I don't even know. They might be giving it away for free for all I know. Gear Runner says, hey, 20K toilet seats are a must. Yeah, right. Exactly. And $10,000 hammers, right? Because, Thunder Whisper says, that's true, Rob. Crazy gas prices are dropping like Biden's Democratic approval ratings. Yeah, poor Joe. I'm not going to get into any politics, but poor Joe. Joe needs to just go fishing. Gear Runner says it's going to be like Spaceballs. Yeah, exactly, right? Thunder Whisperer, $10,000 toilet paper too, Gear. I know. It's absolutely insane. Gear Runner says, I forgot how to get to the gas station. I know. I mean, who's going to the gas station, I mean, if you can't go anywhere and you can't drive and you're not supposed to be out except for the essential workers, who's buying gas? Which is why it's dropping, of course, but all right, I did want to mention something. I've got a couple of giveaways out there I'm looking at doing. One, of course, is the giveaway I mentioned before, and that was the the Pro Grill along with the TRD Raptor style lights. That's a 16,000 subscriber giveaway, and we're getting closer. We're at 15,900 something now, I think. And then I was thinking about giving away the TRD cold air intake that's currently in the Takoma up there right now. So I kind of floated that a little bit out there today. Does seem like a lot of folks are interested in that. So I may do that as well. Obviously, I can't do any of this until all of this crap is lifted because I can't go anywhere to mail anything. So I'm kind of waiting for this craziness, this crisis to go away. And I'm going to tell you here in the end what I think is going to happen. But I'm kind of waiting for that to stop and things to be loosened up so I can go to the post office. If there still is a post office. You know, they're saying they're going to run out of money and the government won't help them. I don't know. I thought they are the government. But anyway. Let's see. Seamus, any opinions about a Takoma off-road versus a Tundra SR5? Any opinions about a Takoma off-road versus a Tundra SR5? I'm not exactly sure what you mean there. A comparison between the two, or what you mean? Captain Staben says, I think the only food that should ever be taxed is fast food. See, I disagree. I don't think any food should be. A lot of people eat that primarily because it's cheap. That's all they can afford. And it may be all they have time for, you know, so I don't agree with that. I think all food, should probably not be taxed. It's something you need to live. And a lot of people do live on that. Let's see, not to say that it's the way you should be living, but, you know, we don't tell people what they should eat yet, I hope. Busboy Healy says, howdy, Busboy. How you doing, buddy? Big Mo says, not good when you work for an oil refinery. No, I would imagine the oil companies right now are not really enjoying this. We are, if we could drive. And you know what's going to happen, man. As soon as people can drive again, I expect the prices to just, because there's going to be a huge demand all of a sudden. People are going to want to get out. They're going to want to go places. And I think you're going to see those low prices. I'm not saying they're going to skyrocket, but they're going to take a pretty good jump pretty quick, I think. Thunder Whisper says, we will all jump back into everyday life soon. Then it's going to slam us really hard again this fall. That's how these things work. A cure is over a year away, they say. Yeah, a year and a half for a vaccine. Yeah, and that's if it doesn't mutate, right? I mean, if it mutates, you're going to have more than one vaccine, aren't you? Like the flu. It's like the flu right now. You have to, they give different concoctions every year trying to guess which one's going to be prevalent that year. I look for the same thing to happen, man. I really do. Thunder Whisper says, yeah, I'm stockpiling gas right now. Where do you put it? Oh, never mind. Don't answer that. Z-Diver says, I'm going to Toyota for service this Friday and will be masked up. You don't have a choice, right? I mean, you're in Texas, so it's all of Texas from what I understand. And I have mine. I have, of course, you guys have seen it, my N95, and then I also have another mask I can wear, so I guess I'm okay. Ron says, don't tax my chicken nuggets. Right. Or my sweet tea, for God's sake. I mean, I need these things. Come on. I only wish I could, go get them now. Ron Fed said, I read that. Big Mo says the cure is already being used. I don't know. Randy Dubb says, prepared food in PA is taxed. Wow. So there is some tax or food they tax there then. Captain Staben says, LOL at vaccine. They found 40 mutations so far in Iceland. Yeah, exactly. So which shot would you like? Z-Diver says, oh, that's right. You're in Arizona. I forgot. I did know that. My apologies. Let's see. Thunder Whisper says, that's just it, Rob. It's a superbug. I read about these about 4 to 5 years ago. Yeah, what I want to know is it an engineered superbug? Was it made in a lab? A lot of rumors going around out there about that. I don't know that it's been determined yet or not. But I told you I'd tell you what I think is going to happen. So I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen. First of all, it's going to be probably another couple of weeks, I think, before anything happens. And then we're going to have curfews still. We have curfews here, 10 o'clock at night to 5 a.m. in the morning. That's going to persist. No restaurants are going to open for walk-in business. Still going to be able to drive through, curbside, all that stuff, but no groups of people. And that's going to apply everywhere. There will be no congregating. You're not going to have congregating of people. You're going to have to wear masks. Masks are going to be a requirement, probably, I don't know if it'll be national, but in any area that's had significant cases, you're going to have to wear masks for the foreseeable future if you go out in public. That's the way it's going to be. Stores are going to be limited. They're going to be limited in how many people they can have inside at one time. It may not be the low amount now. I know Walmart is doing, I believe it's 5 people per 1,000 square feet. That's what they're doing. I imagine it's probably going to be a little more than that, maybe 10. That would have equated to about, I think it was 25 people in a store at one time. Double it, 50. I think that's what's going to happen there. There are going to be hot spots. When there are hot spots, I think that curfew will be extended, and you're only going to be allowed out so long. They will loosen up this stay at home, don't go anywhere thing, because they're going to have to. I mean, they just can't continue to do that, I don't think. So that's the minimum, I think, of what's going to happen coming up until there is a vaccine or this thing takes a dive, maybe on its own. I think that when that does happen, there are going to be a lot more people that are coming together, and you're going to see it jump up, just like you said, and you're going to see a spike again, an increase in the fall. Let's see. Big Mo says, Rob, go check out Jack at Survival. He has a lot of good info. Have to check. Never heard of him. Let's see. Jason says there's a conspiracy about everything if you want to believe it. Yeah, that's the thing. Everybody has a conspiracy about something, so you have to take it with a grain of salt until there's fact, if there ever is. I don't know. Thunder Whisper says there is a doctor in Poland that was predicting this. Scary stuff. I don't know. Captain Staben says there is a lab less than 10-minute walk from the wet market in Wuhan where this supposedly originated. Yeah, I've heard that too. I don't know if it's true. Carlos, the other day called my bank, which I have my loan, and it appears that my Tacoma is an SR5 and is an off-road TRD. Is it something funny? Let's see. It could be an SR5. It's an SR5 and an off-road TRD. Well, it all depends. I mean, technically, an SR5, it would be an SR5 with the TRD off-road package if that's what you have. So, I don't know. I don't know what you have. Gear Runner says masks aren't required here. Oh, they're coming. Just wait. Just wait. That's part of the reopening I can see. Although it depends. I also think that some of these rules are going to be more or less depending on what part of the country you live in. If you're in an area like New York that's been hit hard, well, you're going to get the strictest there. If you're in an area like Utah or wherever that hasn't had that many cases, it's going to be a little less stringent, I think. Let's see. RQ Live says live chat. I am on live chat. And welcome. Thunder Whisper says, only thing I believe is there are people dying from this crap. I'm taking all precautions necessary. I was wearing masks when the CDC was saying it was not needed for everyone. That was baloney. Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, man. Desert says, what's next? Mandatory vaccination, then mandatory mark 666 pass. LOL. That's going to be interesting. First of all, I don't think you'll be able to touch the vaccine when it comes out because it'll be in such huge demand. They won't really have to make it mandatory, at least not in the start, because people will be jumping all over it, I think. Big Mo says he is a fellow Texan. Gotcha. Cool. Gear Runner says, I'm still here and listening. I'm just eating right now. I appreciate that. I know how that goes. Thunder Whisper, it's all documented. Rob, he wrote about this and predicted it for now, and he was right on. I don't know. There's a lot of predictions out there, and if you predict enough, things can be kind of associated with anything. I'm not big into the I can see the future kind of people. I mean, yeah, it happened, and I'm going to predict right now it's going to happen again. I mean, and it is. Stealthy says, Rob, Walmart violates my personal space. Seamus, let's see. I'm looking to sell my FJ, and I'm looking at either a Tacoma Off-Road or Tundra SR5. Just wondering if you had any strong opinions, pro or con, about either truck. If you need the space and you want the power, go with the Tundra. If you don't need the space and you want something a little bit smaller with a little bit better gas mileage, go with the Tacoma. All depends on what your needs are. I mean, you got to sit down and look at that yourself. Two completely different trucks when it comes to power and size, in my opinion. Ron Fad says, Tundra Whisper, he's a thumb up. And Tundra Whisper says, sorry, I'm writing like Dan tonight. Yeah, we haven't seen Dan for a while. He must be working hard out there in Utah. Busboy says, my 2019 Tacoma I bought in June, now has 18,000 miles, probably will hit over 20,000 before I have it here. You're driving that truck, man. Love to smoke. By the time the vaccine comes out, 80% of us will have already had it and build up antibodies. Possibly, although they're saying now that I've heard that they're not sure that you can't get it again once you've already had it. So you may not necessarily be in good stead if you've already had it. Although then I don't know what good a vaccine would do, because a vaccine mimics the same thing, and then you build antibodies to fight that. So I'm not so sure. I'm thinking that you can't get it again, I guess is my point, Randy Dub, he triple thumbed up. Hey, yeah, that's right. We've got 28 people on here now and 19 thumbs ups. We need some more likes if you do. And if you don't, we'll hit this anyway. Tundra Whisper says, or just go with the Tundra, then you're covered with a great truck. Depends on what you need. I mean, you're going to pay more money, not a lot more money, depending on what version you get. But you're going to pay a little bit more money, and your gas mileage is really going to suck. And you're going to have to figure out a place to park it if you don't have room, and you're going to have to maneuver it around. I mean, there's pluses and minuses to both. You need to get what suits you, Carlos, I understand that the SR5 does not have a rear locker. I believe that is true, but I'm not positive myself. Seamus says, thanks, guys. I'm leaning in the Tundra direction. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what your family situation is. If you have kids that are over the age of 2, that should settle it for you right there. Get a Tundra, because they're going to be kicking the crap out of your back seats and they're going to drive you insane. And get a Tundra Crew Max. You'll appreciate it down the road. Nothing wrong with the double cab, but the Crew Max is cavernous and they won't even be able to reach your back seat. So. Let's see. Z-Diver. I had the flu 2 weeks ago. Well, I assume it was just the flu, not the new flu. Captain Statement says, doing good with this so far. Turns out being an introvert isn't so bad. Yeah, I mean, this is the perfect time to be an introvert. You sit at home all the time, don't ever see anybody. You're golden, and you probably don't get sick often. The downside to that is that your immunity is probably lower. So as soon as you get exposed to anything, you get sick. I don't know. Randy Dub says, I've been hearing a possible resurgence in July. I would think more towards the cold weather once people are cooped up and tighter together, where we spread things more, but could be. I don't know. Seamus says, only if the off-road Tacoma only the off-road has a locking diff. Well, there you go. So they're wrong if you're being rated that way, I guess. Tundra Whisper. My Tundra has a rear locker. It's located under the seat, and it's currently full of toilet paper and masks. Sounds like you're good. Although I'm not sure why you need toilet paper in the truck, but to each their own. I'm just saying. Maybe you take long trips. I don't know. Seamus says, ha! Big Mo, y'all have a good evening. Time to roast some hot dogs and s'mores. Hey, Big Mo, thanks for coming on, buddy. You have a great night and stay safe out there, man. Ron Fad says, I went from Tundra to the Tacoma, and the Taco is more fun to drive. Tundra is more comfortable to drive. I'd say that's fair. Carlos, so that's why I know my Tacoma is off-road, because multi-terrain select. That's true. I believe that is only available in the off-road trim. Gear Runner says, all I know is I can't wait to be able to go out again. I know. Buddy, you're going to be stuck at home for the next 2 months. I can't see you going out. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a while, I think, for you. Captain Staben, my immunity is great because I limit my intake of preservatives. Ron Fad says, bye, Mo. Gear says, see you, Mo. Chump Cheddar says, just got back from my non-essential driving, and you're still talking, LOL. I am. I usually run about an hour's long live stream, and we've been on here pushing an hour. We're getting pretty close. Gear Runner says, I know. I'm going to go crazy. I know, man. You're lucky you have YouTube, because if you didn't have YouTube, like me, I don't know what we do with ourselves. You know, would you just be sitting there talking to yourself in the mirror? At least when you do now, you can have a camera in front of you and it looks like you're doing something. I mean, I don't know. Thunder Whisperer, Rob, we should set up a Zoom gathering for your next live. I would love to do that. If only I knew how to do that. I'll have to investigate that a little bit. And I don't know if you can broadcast that on YouTube, because any live stream I'm going to do is going to be through YouTube. So I'm not sure how that works. I'll have to look into it if I can manage to remember. Thunder Whisper says, hang in there, Gear. Busboy says, I'm getting my whole clutch assembly replaced next week by the dealer under warranty. It is a very common problem. Oh, that's great to hear. Captain Staben, but let's see, that it's under warranty is good, I guess. Captain Staben, Tundra needs differential lockers like yesterday. A lot of people say that. It didn't really bother me. You know, I don't know, in either one that I have. So RQ says Zoom is no good. Why so? Seamus says that would suck without internet. I know, man. I know. Gear Runner says true. I edited videos for 3 hours today. Yeah, I do that about every day, to be honest. So most of my days are spent that way. Thunder Whisper says I'm getting a ton of stuff done at the house. I bet. Krista says if you didn't have YouTube, you'd drive me crazy. Short trip, honey. Short trip. Love to Smoke says, hey, Gear, if you go crazy, the videos will be great. That's right. He'll just be sitting there drooling or something. I don't know. Carlos says, I'm lucky because I'm still working. Yeah, well, I'm still working. I mean, this is my job, so I'm still doing my thing. Thunder Whisper says, Krista, and he's laugh crying like crazy. Love to Smoke says, LOL, hi, Krista. Gear Runner says, LOL, Krista. That's probably what Pam says, too. That's right. That's right. Ron Fad, he's laughing all kinds of different ways. Seamus says, at Captain Staben, yeah, the lack of locker is a bit of a drag for me, but I'm willing to add it later if needed. Krista says, she didn't say anything. She can't. She's cry laughing. What's she going to do? I don't know. Gear Runner says that's probably true, Smoke, and he's cry laughing. Everybody is cry laughing. It's crazy. Chad Cronat says, hey, Krista, what up? That's what he said, just like that. And he's not cry laughing. Not yet. Anyway, guys, gals, everybody, we have been on here for about an hour. It's about time for me to hang it up for the evening. Captain Staben says, good luck, Seamus. That will entertain more than just adding a locker. You better beef up the rear axle. Or entail, I should say, not entertain. Thunder Whisper says, I split time between the wife and girlfriend's place, so it works out good for me. I guess. You must get a lot of sleep. Marcus says, see you later, Rob. Stay safe. You too, Marcus. Thanks for being on here, buddy. Carlos says, have a good night, Rob. You too, Carlos. Everybody have a great night. Stay safe out there. Follow the rules so we can get through this insanity, and selfishly so I can go drive my vehicles. That's what I want to do. RQ says, rumors say Zoom is operated by the Chinese government. Oh, great. Love to Smoke says, night all, be safe. Good night, Smoke. Krista says, take care, guys. Seamus says, thanks, Rob. Thanks, guys and gals. Stealthy Leopard says, Rob, let me win the TRD intake. I'll add it to the stack of wheels and tires, front bumper, lift kit, and rock sliders I have waiting for the truck to show up. You could win. Stay tuned. Gear Runner says, see y'all. Good night, Gear. We'll see you Wednesday night. 6:30? Eastern Standard Time. Is that right? Ron Fad says, thanks, Rob. Be safe, everyone. Ron, you too, buddy. Thanks for being on. Thunder Whisper says, take care all. Captain Staben says, be good, everyone. Be good. That's it. We're caught up. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time, guys. Gear Runners, 6:30 Wednesday night for the live stream. Chad says goodnight. Stealthy Leopard says, stay safe all. And with that, I am out. Bye.